Did I have fun on this one? William Henry is an author and investigative mythologist. While much of his work has been centered on Egyptian symbolism, William has also delved into the understanding of stargates, as have the secretive elements of our military. I was intrigued to speak to him about this because of information that has surfaced regarding the presence of natural stargates in Iraq. Puts another more mysterious spin on the U.S. presence there. By the way, Saddam Hussein was equally interested in this phenomenon.
So I start following this in 91, and then we get up to 98, where all of a sudden Saddam is building what I describe as a Disneyland for the Anunnaki in Baghdad. He is assembling all of these ancient texts, cylinder seals, tablets, everything he can. And I start watching the art newspapers, the international art newspapers, because these guys are saying, well, wait a minute, all these UN weapons inspectors, there's a bunch of frauds. These guys are going into Iraq, they're coming out with their pockets full of ancient Iraqi artifacts, cylinder seals, they're selling them on the black market.
You're kidding.
No. And so it's like, watch these guys, and the art people are saying, hands off this stuff. This is Iraq's cultural heritage. These people are saying they're weapons inspectors. They're not. And so, but look at what Saddam's doing. He's contacting the Berlin Museum, saying, you know, you all came in here in the 1860s, took the Ishtar Gate from Babylon. You know, we want it back. I'm creating I want to stimulate Iraqi tourism.
Well, and in Munich they do,
in Berlin.
In Berlin, in the museum, they do have
the
cylinder seals.
That's right, and he asked them to return that. He called the British Museum, or not Saddam personally, but his archaeologist did. He said, y'all came in here, and you've got stuff still crated up in the basement of the British Museum that you have not even cataloged. I want it back, because we're creating a cultural center, sort of like what Hitler did.
Would have been the most magnificent cultural center in existence.
Unbelievable. He was assembling this just massive amount of knowledge about ancient Iraq, the true history of the world. And as I'm looking at that, and then all of a sudden they start talking about weapons of mass destruction, it's like, yeah, they're in little lipstick-sized cylinder seals that talk about our history and interaction with the gods. And if Saddam gets this happening, he's just going to pull the rug right out underneath Judaism, Christianity, because he's going to show that those religions they're just totally built on sand. And what he's got is the true history of the human race.
Please explain to everybody what cylinder seals are.
Cylinder seals are little crystal cylinders. They're about the size of a tube of lipstick. And etched on them are astonishing scenes of the gods interacting with humankind. The most interesting ones to me are the ones that show the gods in their winged craft, their winged discs, their winged rings. These aren't UFOs. These are called Merkaba vehicles, space-time light vehicles. And you see other examples of technology. You see towers in these depictions. They're absolutely stunning. And these are the ones that are in public view. I mean, we have no idea the true complexity of what Saddam was probably digging up, because he was going back into all these archaeological sites and bringing all this stuff forward. And with the intention, he wanted the world to come to Baghdad, to come to this Disneyland for the Anunnaki, the ancient the ancient Sumerian gods, and explore this ancient heritage. It's astonishing.
This conversation was a romp through the ages of uncovering our true spiritual heritage, not to be missed. For the full interview, go to ConsciousMediaNetwork.com.